Welcome to the Life After 60 channel. This is a place dedicated to sharing moving and meaningful stories that inspire us to live healthier, more hopeful lives. Today I want to share a simple story with you, yet one that can profoundly change your life. It's especially designed for those concerned with male well-being in the post-middle age stage. In a peaceful rural Korean village, there lived a kind and wise grandmother, known to everyone as Grandma Kim. Her white hair shone like the full moon, and her voice was as gentle as a spring breeze. Neighbors often came to her for advice, as she was not only knowledgeable but also a good listener. One spring afternoon, Mr. Park, an elderly man already well into his 60s, decided to visit her. He walked slowly, his face marked by concern. Upon arrival, he sat down on a bamboo chair under the shade of an ancient Zelkova tree, bowed his head, and said with some embarrassment, "Grandma, I find it hard to admit, but my health hasn't been good lately, especially in my relationship with my wife. I feel frustrated and lost, and I don't know what to do." Grandma Kim gave him a warm smile and looked at him with a look filled with empathy. Then, with a gentle and serene tone, she said, "Mr. Park, it's completely normal for our bodies to undergo changes as we age. But that doesn't mean we have to simply accept it. With proper care, it's possible to regain well-being." She paused briefly, and with a mixture of gentleness and determination in her gaze, she added, "The key is nutrition. Some people underestimate the importance of what they eat, but in reality, nutrition is the cornerstone of health. Not only does it benefit the heart, but it also promotes circulation and enhances masculine energy." Her voice took on a more intimate tone, as if she were revealing knowledge passed down through generations. Include brightly colored fruits and vegetables in your daily diet. Celery, tomatoes, and broccoli are rich in antioxidants that benefit circulation. Although garlic and ginger have a strong odor, they are excellent for expanding blood vessels and increasing vitality. It's also recommended to eat nuts such as walnuts and almonds, as well as oily fish like salmon or mackerel. These foods contain omega-3 fatty acids, which not only strengthen the heart but also improve blood vessel flexibility, which is essential for male health after middle age. After taking a sip of steaming tea, Grandma Kim looked back at Mr. Park and in a soft voice, as if she were narrating an ancient story, said, "Eating well and maintaining healthy habits are essential, but I also want to reveal a special secret to you. It's an ancient formula that has been passed down through generations. The elders used to refer to it as the dragon elixir." Mr. Park leaned slightly in, curious. "The dragon elixir?" Grandma Kim replied with a gentle smile. "The name may sound unusual, but it's a special drink with medicinal purposes. It was used by ancient Qigong masters and practitioners in regions such as Tibet, ancient China, and India. They believed that this preparation not only strengthened the body and clarified the mind, but also helped restore masculine energy as one aged. Over the years, it fell into obscurity, but today, thanks to the integration of ancient knowledge with modern medicine, we can once again reap its benefits. It's not a complicated preparation, nor does it require expensive ingredients, but its effectiveness is remarkable. With that, Grandma Kim carefully took an old piece of paper out of her basket and calmly began to read the ingredients. You'll need the following: a small piece of ginger, 2 cloves of fresh garlic, a freshly squeezed lemon juice, a tablespoon of natural honey, ideally wild or locally sourced, a pinch of cayenne pepper powder, a cup of warm water, make sure it's not hot. First, chop the ginger and garlic into small pieces and let them sit for a few minutes. This time allows their properties to activate and their benefits to intensify. Then, combine all the ingredients and drink it slowly. Your body will thank you for it. Next, add the lemon juice and a pinch of cayenne pepper and mix well. Finally, add the honey along with the warm water, stirring gently. It's important that the water isn't too hot, as it could affect the essential nutrients. It's best to drink this elixir in the morning on an empty stomach, taking it slowly and in small doses so the body absorbs it better. Can be consumed 3 to 5 times a week for a month. Afterward, it's suggested to take a 7-day break and continue if necessary. Mr. Park listened attentively, his eyes alight with curiosity. I'm Dr. Clara. Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any stories that inspire your well-being. Grandma Kim smiled back and continued. What makes this elixir so powerful is the precise combination of its ingredients. Ginger and garlic promote blood flow by widening the vessels. Lemon cleanses the blood and aids digestion. Red pepper stimulates circulation and provides internal heat. And honey, in addition to being highly nutritious, improves the absorption of all the ingredients. Grandma Kim gently took Mr. Park's hand and, in a confident voice, said, "This elixir not only benefits human health, but also helps regulate blood pressure, strengthens the cardiovascular system, and clears the mind. When we begin to take care of our bodies from within, vital energy and self-confidence reappear naturally, without the need for forcing anything. And the best part," he added, "is that this natural remedy isn't just part of an ancient tradition. Today, science also supports it. According to research published by the U.S. National Library of Medicine, both ginger and garlic can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, a key factor that directly impacts the sexual health of mature men. Also, a study conducted by the University of Maryland in the United States determined that cayenne pepper helps improve blood circulation, especially in the extremities of the body. This is especially important for those experiencing fatigue or low energy levels. And one of the most interesting findings comes from researchers at Harvard University. They discovered that nitric oxide, key to healthy erectile function, can be generated naturally through foods like beets, watermelon, and garlic. In other words, everyday products can offer benefits similar to drug treatments, but in a more natural and less invasive way. Mr. Park nodded seriously, as if he had just received a valuable lesson. Mrs. Kim looked at him tenderly and continued, "Eating well is essential, but so is staying active. You don't have to push yourself too hard, Mr. Park. Just walking daily, breathing fresh air and releasing tension, is already taking care of your heart." Pointing to the gravel path in front of her home, she added, "I usually walk this path 3 times a day. I walk slowly, enjoying the scenery, watching the trees, and listening to the birds sing. If you're feeling brave, you can add gentle stretches, move your arms and legs, or even practice some relaxing yoga. Don't be afraid to incorporate new routines. The body always responds with gratitude to all the good things we do for it." Grandma Kim took a moment of silence, giving Mr. Park space to think calmly. The delicate aroma of tea filled the kitchen, swaying in the breeze. Then she spoke again, this time in a deeper tone. "But there is something even more essential, Mr. Park. The human bond. Don't keep what you feel to yourself. Talk to your wife. Express your thoughts sincerely. Sometimes what we need most isn't a remedy or advice, but a caress, a warm word, or a genuine gesture from someone who truly cares about us." Grandma Kim looked toward the horizon, as if remembering something from the past. Then she spoke. "Intimacy is not limited to physical contact. Every word, every glance, should carry with it a heart open to understanding the other. The more you talk and understand each other, the stronger the bond that unites you will become. That genuine love is the greatest strength to overcome any challenge." Mr. Park smiled faintly. It was as if he had been lifted from a burden. His once dull eyes now reflected renewed hope. He lowered his head and said gratefully, "Thank you so much, Grandma Kim. Not only do I deeply appreciate it, but I plan to apply it in my life. I'm Dr. Clara. Subscribe and click the bell to continue learning together." Grandma Kim nodded gently and gave him a warm smile. Her eyes followed Mr. Park as he walked away, watching his silhouette intently for a long moment. A deep, comforting feeling welled up in her chest. She knew, This step he had just taken was the beginning of his healing process. Even as his figure disappeared into the trees, Grandma Kim sat silently. In that instant, her mind traveled back in time. She too had experienced the challenges that aging brings. Not so much from physical pain, but from the immense void left by the departure of her husband, Mr. Yu. Grandma Kim let out a sigh, not from sadness, but rather laden with a gentle melancholy. Her thoughts came to Mr. Yu's warm hands, gently placed on her shoulder as they shared a cup of tea. Those were moments when just his presence was enough, without needing to say anything. She smiled. And in that expression, a slight hint of nostalgia and a profound serenity mingled. Such is life. Even if our hair turns white and the passage of time wears us down, there is always room to continue loving and learning. In that moment, Grandma Kim rediscovered a truth she already knew, that genuine gestures and heartfelt words are the best medicine, both for the one who gives them and the one who receives them. Some time after moving in, Mr. Park returned to Grandma Kim's cozy home. But this time he didn't come alone. He was accompanied by his wife, Mrs. Yu. With her silver hair and serene gaze, Mrs. Yu silently crossed the threshold, a faint unease on her face. She had heard about the deep conversation between her husband and Grandma Kim, and she longed to learn more. That was the reason she had decided to accompany him. "My husband told me about the recommendations he received from you, Grandma," she said softly as she crossed the courtyard. "Today we came together not only to take care of our health, but also to learn how to better protect our hearts." Grandma Kim opened the old wooden door with a warm smile. A delicate herbal scent filled the house, as if enveloping them in a calm and comforting welcome. 2 cups of hot tea were already waiting for them on the small wooden table, giving off a fragrant vapor that filled the air. "I'm so glad to see you here," Grandma said enthusiastically. "True love isn't just about being by each other's side, but about accompanying each other, caring for each other, and strengthening each other over time." Mrs. Yu linked her hand with Mr. Park's and, with a look filled with gratitude, said, "Our wish is to have a good life, even as we grow older." Grandma Kim nodded gently and in a serene tone added, "Of course, physical health is essential, but the most valuable thing for couples who have shared many years is the time spent together. Sometimes routines, daily responsibilities, or age-related stereotypes make us forget that initial spark. However, when you find pleasure again in the little things you enjoy together, that bond can be revived." Her voice became warmer and more confident, and her eyes shone with enthusiasm. "You don't have to do great things. Sometimes just going for a walk in the evening, preparing a meal together, or daring to learn something new is enough. For example, you could start a small garden at home. Grow herbs, flowers, or medicinal plants and watch them grow, while strengthening your bond. Slowly but steadily, Mr. Park and Mrs. Yu looked at each other, as if in their thoughts they were visualizing the same scene, laughing together, caring for the plants, and enjoying this new chapter life had to offer. Grandma Kim smiled again and added, "And there's something else you shouldn't overlook. It's a small detail, but with immense value. Hong, sometimes a touch or a kind word is all it takes," she said tenderly. "Even at this stage of life, our hearts still need warmth. I'm not just talking about physical affection, but that deep love that comes from empathy
Gracias por
and true
acompañarme.
emotional
Soy la
connection."
doctora Clara.
She
Suscríbete
paused
y hace
briefly,
clic en la
and in
campanita
a
para
gentle
seguir
tone
aprendiendo
she added,
juntos.
"And finally, something fundamental, patience. There will be difficult days, moments when nothing goes as planned. But if you maintain dialogue and continue listening to each other with your hearts, there will be no obstacle you cannot overcome together." At that moment, Mrs. Yu's eyes filled with emotion. She approached Grandma Kim, took her hands firmly and whispered, "Thank you, Grandma. Your words have given us clarity about the path we must follow. We will do everything in our power, not only to improve our health, but also to continue taking care of each other." Grandma wrapped her in a tender hug and, with her eyes filled with affection, replied, Love is the most valuable treasure we have in this life. Dedicating ourselves to even the simplest details, day after day, with true sincerity. That is the way to preserve what truly matters. Live faithfully. Because love is the most powerful medicine. It heals both the body and the soul. With warm hearts and renewed hope, Mr. Park and Mrs. Yu said goodbye to Grandma Kim. They left that cozy house, walking together, hands clasped firmly, as in the early days of their life together. This time they were ready to begin a new chapter. A chapter marked by love. A chapter of journeys traveled together, like that dreamed of trip to the East Sea. A chapter filled with patience, understanding, and everyday gestures that nourish the soul. That love, which had remained steadfast over time, began to be reborn with strength under the warm light of the sunset. Silently, unhurriedly, but with beauty and conviction. Because life, no matter how old we are, always invites us to continue learning and growing. Mr. Park and Mrs. Yu's story is neither unique nor extraordinary. It represents thousands of couples who, in their 50s, 60s and beyond, continue to rediscover new ways to listen to, support, and love each other every day. They no longer pursue perfection. Instead, they pour their hearts into the simplest and most sincere acts, with an authenticity that touches the soul. Perhaps those reading these lines also long to lead a healthier life, strengthen the bond with their partner, and fully enjoy the time they spend together. If that's your desire, don't wait for the perfect moment to appear. The best time to start is today. A leisurely walk hand in hand, a home-cooked meal, or simply sharing a cup of tea and a quiet conversation. Sometimes that's all it takes. Add well-being to this stage of your life with us at the Seniors Club. We'll always be here to offer you inspiring stories, honest advice, and simple yet valuable wisdom. If this story touched your heart, don't hesitate to share it with someone you love. And if you related to it, we'd love to hear your comment. Because taking care of yourself and seeking joy is much more meaningful when done in company. The passage of time can leave its mark on the skin. But for those who cultivate love daily, it leaves much deeper marks. Those that remain engraved in the soul. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe. I'm Dr. Clara, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Thank you for joining me.